Welcome, everybody, to Den Excelsior, the mostly Marvel show. I'm your host, Ricky. With me, as always, Dennis, still with the mustache. Episode 206, Avengers Infinity War.
You did not mention the mustache last week.
We talked about it.
I think you talked about it before we started recording, but yeah. We're doing Avengers Infinity War.
The best in Avengers movie?
Oh, definitely the best Avengers movie, I think. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to frame this movie is because, like, I don't think it's the best Marvel movie. I think it's the last Marvel movie that's near perfect.
You've been quoted on this show multiple times saying that was the peak.
I put it in the thumbnail too.
It was, and it is. It's time we'll talk about it if it's still the peak.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that later.
Before we get into all that is and was Infinity War, what you been up
to? I am so happy to be done with all the markets and all the galleries. I've been is a big week pushing for my toy photography stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's occupied pretty much every day of my week since
I saw your stuff. You've been out and about.
I've been out and about, yeah. So the day after we went to wrestling is when I started the push. So I had to go drop stuff off for 2 gallery openings on the Sunday after wrestling. And then I've been just prepping stuff for markets. I actually was a guest speaker at the San Diego Regional Center's Employment Services Conference. And that was pretty fun. That's been pretty big for me. They've been circulating a lot of clips from that interview, or I mean, not interview, that whatever you want to call it, the panel discussion. And then it was a really cool event because like they also let us set up a vendor table, and they really wanted to incentivize all the people that were had their own micro businesses and stuff. So in order to get them really paid, they gave out like special like funny money to everybody who filled out a survey for the event, because they wanted to get feedback on the event too. So all you had to do is QR code, then you get $25 that are just like not real money, only good there at the event, but it made people open their wallets a little bit more than they would, you know what I mean? And then what happens is at the end of the event, we collect all of it into an envelope, give it back to the coordinators, and they mail you a check for the actual amount that you
earned. Yeah, that's an interesting way to.
Yeah. So they basically paid $25 for people to do their surveys, but they also,
paid you.
Yeah, they also paid me for my product
without giving a number, and you can decline to answer the question. Not necessarily the speaking engagement, but are the markets that you show your art to, are they lucrative?
That one was.
Okay.
That one was lucrative. Yes. The other ones I've done, they weren't lucrative, but I try to look at them more as not just a place to make money. It's more of a place to connect with people. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the markets I've gone to, it's really fun because I get to like meet people that are fans of mine that I didn't know, and like, so it pays in time. You know what I mean? Like I come back, my Instagram's more loaded up. My people are hitting my website. I'm getting requests for like, certain kinds of art commissions or whatever kind of things, like speaking engagements are coming more and more. So yeah, it's all worth it. You know what I mean? Even if it's not for the money necessarily. But it is pretty fun. And so I just finished my third one of the week today. I'm done.
You're like done for the year?
I'm done for the year. Yeah. I'm done for the year. I went to 2 gallery openings over the weekend. I had a third one in LA that I did not go to. just because I'm not going to go to LA this week. It just wasn't happening. But yeah, it was really fun to go to the gallery opening, see my stuff on these walls, and see little red dots next to them because they'd already sold by the time I'd showed up. And like that's a cool feeling. And so people were asking me to sign my art and stuff. So like, yeah, it's taken off. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I've had very little time to do anything other than that. I honestly, like, I have so many action figures that I've received from Hasbro that I have not had a chance to open or even take pictures of. The only thing I have managed to do just to squeeze in some like rest and relaxation, aside from watching wrestling, because that's a requirement in this house now. I got Cosmic Invasion probably
I forgot about that game already.
5 minutes after we logged off last week from and so it's cool. It's like, if you like beat 'em ups, you don't.
I don't.
So don't play it. But the wife and I love it. We get to unlock characters, play with them, and she really likes Venom. His animations are cool. The stuff he says is funny. It's cool.
We are Venom.
Yeah, it was like 20. You told me it was like 30 something, but it was $27 on PlayStation.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, that's what I've done. That's pretty much it. Like, that's everything in my whole week. And then somehow I found time to squeeze in Infinity War yesterday. Like, I did that while I was folding zines. I made a new zine. Yeah, it's a Deadpool zine.
Oh, when will we see the debut of your zine?
Well, the market today saw the debut of it, but I'll figure out how to. I'll put it on Instagram in a way that is digestible, because without the folding part, I have to cut it up into chunks to make it legible on Instagram. Yeah, so yeah, I'll do that. What about you? I'm hoping you've done more fun stuff than I have.
Yeah. My parental was in town again. So I was actually in San Diego for most of the weekend. I'm trying to think what we did. We did. Of note, we went to the Christmas parade in Chula Vista.
Okay,
it's always fun. I got to hang out with both of my parents at the same time. That's an interesting endeavor. But that parade sucked. I you know what? I'm gonna say I don't want to go to any more community parades.
Okay.
I want the spectacle. I don't want a bajillion kids walking out of formation. That's not impressive.
He wants high production value.
What can I say?
And I mean, you did just come off wrestling. It's a little hard to.
Yeah. I mean,
like, you came off a PLE from WWE, so you can't go to like backyard wrestling now, right? Like, that's like, you can't do that.
Yeah. You say that, but like I know me and you feel the same way about like Comic-Con. That's the PLE of I guess San Diego Comic-Con is the PLE of Comic-Cons.
Yeah, it is. I will still go to a smaller one though, and still have fun. I think that's the difference. Like, I still think Comic-Con's the best one, but it sounds to me like you can't have fun at a non-Comic-Con.
I can. I'm there less. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think what else. I went to Soto Fest in North Park on Sunday. That was fun. I got to eat a lot of chili. That was actually kind of so. Have you been there? You know what that is?
No, I don't.
It's like it's a community festival in North Park, where it's a chili competition, but not necessarily like randos making chili. It's different restaurants within the community or within San Diego make a crazy chili. So like the seafood restaurant has a seafood chili. The crazy butcher shop has a crazy meat chili. But anyway, it's a neat way to just sample chili. But as part of the gimmick, right, when you sign up, you get like a little paper cup, and you reuse the same paper cup to get your little scoops of chili. Or you pay the fancy ticket, and then you get like a little mug that's branded. Again, same idea. They put the chili in the mug.
Mm-hmm.
But also, in this community, there is a ceramics shop, and ceramic shop was opened during the Chili Fest, and they
What
were
was the
selling
ceramic
like
shop name?
that. I don't know, but they were selling bowls, bespoke chili bowls.
Oh, that's
So I'm
cool.
like, if we're
That's
gonna do
awesome.
this Chili Fest, we're gonna look cool as fuck with our fancy chili bowls. So we were able to go in there and we bought. They were B tier ceramic bowls. Like,
I
not
love,
I'm not like dissing the quality. Like they
I
were
love the
specifically
tiers.
discounted because they had like slight imperfections. But
Oh, okay. I got
yeah,
you.
but like wabi sabi, I think they're
Mhm.
beautiful. But it was a nice moment to be out in the community and have chili from different restaurants in our little bespoke bowls. And
That's cool.
it was a weird thing I never thought I would do with my dad. And I'm glad he had a good time
Yeah.
too. It's very, very artsy events, all things considered. And then I went to Kobe swap meet.
By the way, I
Always a
don't
great
think he
time
would have
there.
liked. I don't think he would have liked the gallery that I did in La Jolla. So it's better. Good call that you didn't come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kobe's.
Kobe's. Found some great stuff at Kobe's. Not a lot of legends at Kobe's, like Marvel Legends.
No, I wouldn't want them anyways. They're in the sun.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't
And
like
then
buying toys that have been in the sun.
they're like
My toys.
they don't fade, do they?
Iffy.
I mean, people have tents. They're not like just sitting in the sun.
Fair, but sometimes they're in the sun.
No.
They're in the sun.
Did that yesterday was a sports day, so we're watching live sports all day.
Did that include wrestling? Did you watch wrestling?
I did not watch wrestling, but we do have a evening planned or afternoon planned this Saturday. We have carved out time to watch John Cena's final event.
Nice.
We are both actively excited.
Wearing the shirt.
I will wear the shirt. I will wear the shirt. We will have the wristbands on.
That's cool.
Have you been watching Pluribus?
I have Pluribus. No, I have not.
Pluribus.
I have not had time. Yeah, the only things I've watched besides wrestling have been the things that I had already committed to before all the markets and stuff. So, Welcome to Derry and Smiling Friends. That's and the Chair Company.
There is a Cena moment in Pluribus.
Okay. I'll watch it eventually. I've heard it's good. It's
the guy fully in the HBO. Down, right? Yeah, same guy.
It's Vince Gilligan, right? Yeah. I'll watch it. I just have not had the time. So I will get there. Yeah, there's a lot of things I want to watch. There's a lot of things I want to do. The last movie I watched was Frankenstein, but we talked about that last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next movie I'll watch is Avatar.
I would like to believe I'm going to watch a movie before Avatar, but I'm going to relax hard the rest of this week, just so you know. Like, I'm tired, man. Like, I have gone 10 days nonstop. I'm pretty dead.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But,
oh, you know what? I mean, Sunday I kind of rested, I guess. But I did make my new zine, so whatever. You're excited about Avatar, aren't you?
I've heard good things about it. I think those movies
tell me and the listeners what it is that gets you going with Avatar.
I think a lot of the tech behind what they're doing. It is impressive, but I think it's only impressive because I take the time to watch like the behind the scenes to hype up. Like there's a specific shot in the last movie, the second one, where he's grabbing the fish horse thing and he like tightens his reins. And if you look at it, it's like I think like a 2-second shot, if that. And it looks really good, like for a CG shot. And then you kind of come to find out that is actually not a CG shot. That's a real. They specifically dress the thing up to look like that for those 2 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, and they do some interesting tech with like mixing CG with live action, but they have the way they control the lighting to get the certain effect on the CG model is interesting. So like seeing that type of like tech within Avatar really fascinates me.
Do you think that Sam Worthington is as rich, richer, or less rich than he deserves to be?
Are you implying? I think he's as rich. He's done enough, so he doesn't have to do anything else.
Yeah, he has, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing because I don't want him to do anything else.
You have to make
I think
a
he's
new
a terrible actor.
You got to launch a new sci-fi franchise. You going Sam Worthington or Taylor Kitsch?
I would go Taylor Kitsch all day over Sam Worthington. Just to be clear, like I mean, if we're doing this, you know, like apparently Quentin Tarantino's having fun just blasting.
Paul Dano.
Not just Paul Dano, but he brought Matt Lillard into the mix. And it's like, what did Matt Lillard do to ever deserve that?
We were talking about it at work because we were gonna make content around it, or like, and we were just talking internally, and they're like, we're team Paul Dano, and I'm like, I like Paul Dano a lot, but if I'm picking Paul Dano or Quentin Tarantino to align with in Hollywood, I'm picking Tarantino. I'm sorry.
To do a line with? To do a line with? Like, what do you mean
to like if I had a project starring Paul Dano or a project with Quentin Tarantino, I would choose the Quentin Tarantino project.
I wouldn't. I think that Quentin Tarantino is kind of a bitch. I think he peaked a long time ago. And I think that ever since he peaked, the only thing he knows how to do is make movies with historically hated individuals, and use that as like just like the backdrop for whatever silly, you know, like fantasies that he wants to enact.
He does have a motif.
He has a motif that didn't used to be his motif, and that's what I'm saying. Pre-Inglourious Bastards, that wasn't his motif. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs were worlds that he created on his own. Everything after that has been worlds that existed, and then he tilted them on their side to do something different with them. So it's just revisionist history. You know what I mean? And I think I stopped caring when it became revisionist history. I'm not saying that Django is a bad movie. I think it's a great movie. I just don't like that he needs to write movies to find excuses to use the N-word as prolifically as he does. Like it's a recurring theme in his movies, and it's like, come on, man. They can't all need that.
Yeah.
It's a choice. You know what I mean? So I'll take Paul Dano any day over Quentin Tarantino. I'm just saying. I think Paul Dano is a fantastic actor, and he's made good choices. You know what I mean? I also think that Matt Lillard is a great actor and makes good choices for him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think
the Shaggy train,
and now he's riding the Five Nights train, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Five Nights at Freddy, like he makes movies for the fans. You know what I mean? And I think that's cool. He makes projects for the fans. So like I was only mildly joking about hating on Sam Worthington as much as I do. I think he's whatever. I think there's a massive amount of people that like Avatar, and he's a big part of it. You know what I mean?
Sam Worthington knew exactly what he was as an actor.
Yeah, he did. Exactly. So I'm not going to hate on that.
Story that was going to be a Matt Damon role. You know that, right? Like, so it was going to be a Matt Damon in that role, and they offered him back end, and Matt Damon was like, nah. and he obviously very much regrets that.
Matt Damon makes bad choices.
Yeah,
I
but I mean,
think we've learned that just right now. That's what we learned today on our show. Yeah, that's rough.
I mean, I like the Hollywoodness of any project, so it would only make sense that I am intrigued, at least in that aspect of what is now 2 out of the top 5 all-time box office.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're
But
gonna talk. We're gonna talk about one of them today, right?
Yeah.
I hope
But
I hope the listeners are ready for all of the Hollywoodness you're going to talk about, because you better
exactly.
you better come with it. Come prepared.
Yeah, I mean, like, Nolan, Cameron, Tarantino. There are few directors who I will forever go see or make very strong attempts to go see their stuff in theaters.
I think that I forgot to mention that I did play Yuki's Revenge on Fortnite, and that is a pile of garbage. Okay, it's crap. Like, so I think that says a lot about the caliber of Quentin Tarantino and what I think he wants to be relevant right now, and just us talking about him is actually
he painted
helping.
himself in this weird fucking corner when he's like, I'm only doing 10 movies.
Yeah, because now he's afraid to do the 10th one.
Yeah, now he's at 10. He's like, well, shit. So
he's finding like side avenues to like, well, this one doesn't count because it's like
he's like, I might do I didn't say I wouldn't do a mini series, or
it's stupid.
Or does he want to burn the last one on Star Trek, which he still
I would love for him to burn the last one on Star Trek, because you know why? Like, it's someone else's IP, and I think there's a lot to be said about taking someone else's IP and crafting a good story within the established context and rules of someone else's creation. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what he has not had an opportunity to do. And I think maybe it's because he's a little scared of it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I just know, like, to go out and just randomly start calling out like Paul Dano and Matt Lillard and Owen Wilson as the worst actors in Hollywood.
Oh, I watched Stick on Apple TV. The golf, we finished that this week, the golf TV show. It's like it's basically, fuck, what was that? I forgot what movie it's basically the same copy of, but Owen Wilson, aging golf star, finds a young golfer who he coaches to greatness.
Okay, we've seen that movie before. We've seen that story.
Yeah, it's a fun show. I like Mark Maron. Mark Maron's in it.
Oh, I do like Mark Maron. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Timothy Oliphant makes an appearance.
Okay. So. All right. And you got me sold. I'll watch Stick before I watch Pluribus.
Apple TV.
I'll watch it. That sounds good. That sounds like an excellent show. All right. I think that we should probably talk about a little bit of news before we let you go to Hollywood on one of the biggest movies ever made.
Let's do it. Alrighty. I forgot the biggest news to get it queued up, but we'll talk about it now. Scarlett Johansson is in talks and circling a role in the Batman 2.
Okay. I'm a little weirded out that we're still casting the Batman 2.
That movie's not for a while.
Oh my god. I mean,
remember Zoe Kravitz is out of the Batman 2.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Is she out because like her character's not in the movie, in the story?
I think it's more of that, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Just to be clear, before I don't want to spoil too much of your news, but do you have anything about the Paramount, Netflix, Warner Brothers?
Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, we can.
Okay, because on a scale of 1 to 10, how scared are you that all of the DC projects might not make it to the light of day depending on how things play out here?
Scared. No,
How concerned are you?
I'm not concerned. I know
Are
a
you not
Batman will
concerned?
exist.
Are you not concerned because you don't care if these specific things come out, or because I'm to say a Batman will exist? That's a different thing. Are you concerned that the Batman 2 is in jeopardy about with these things? Are you concerned that James Gunn's entire universe that he's creating is in jeopardy because of these talks?
No, because look, if I would be more bummed if the Batman 2 didn't exist.
Okay.
But I'm in life, I subscribe to be happy that it happened and not sad that it's over.
Okay.
And in terms of the James Gunn stuff, a little bit of the same sentiment, but also I'm willing to roll the dice again on a Superman. I mean, if it's still early enough, so like if you're gonna do it, might
I
as well
guess
do
we're
it now.
ripping the Band-Aid off, right? We're ripping the Band-Aid off early.
Yeah, like all right,
all right. That's it. I like that take. I do. I don't subscribe to the same philosophy as you. So not that I'm gonna sit around and mope over what could have been, but it will feed the podcast for several episodes for sure.
Well, I mean, we're on this whole. I do not see that merger as a net positive.
Well, I think most people do not see that merger as a net positive. Yeah.
If I had to pick
and by that merger, we mean either one, right?
If I had to pick one, I'd rather go to Netflix and Paramount.
For sure, because Paramount became the empire somehow.
Yeah.
They are the evil empire, I think. And Jared Kushner's involved. That's not good. That's not good ever. So by the way, side note, I think I learned recently that just because it does relate, because Jared Kushner loves doing deals with Saudis. I learned something that made the WWE stuff hurt a little less, because a lot of people are really butthurt about all these events that are going to Saudi Arabia.
2027.
Royal Rumble, more coming soon. It's in 2 months, I think. Royal Rumble is scheduled to go there, and then WrestleMania. I learned that actually all of these bookings, they were done by Vince before he left. This was a contract that he signed with the Saudis for a 10-year deal. So we can expect big events to go to Saudi Arabia for the next 3 years. And you can whine about it all you want, but it was a deal he did before he dipped out. You know what I mean? And so I kind of see those things as it hurts less knowing that, you know what I mean? I'm hey, they're just making the most out of what they got, contracts suck sometimes, so I'm just hopeful that whatever happens with Warner Brothers, that some let's be real. I would say that Disney buying Fox played out pretty nicely so far, right? I think we're getting a lot of bangers from Fox lately, right? Like Predators in good shape, Aliens in good shape.
I mean, I think it's too early to tell.
Really?
Right. The effects of these types of mergers, you probably
X-Men coming to the Marvel universe. We've already had them.
Yes, in the terms of the MCU, yes, it's a very good thing.
I don't mean just the MCU though. You know what I mean?
I think if Disney continues to operate as they have been and still keeping Fox,
I think they give a lot of grace and a lot of freedom, creative freedom to Fox, right?
Yeah, Fox is still relatively Fox when they
and it still feels like Fox, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm afraid for Warner Brothers in either scenario.
Yeah, I mean, did you see today? I mean, we can talk about games because they got brought up WB Games or WB Publishing, which does probably most famously the Batman games.
Yeah.
They also got Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
There was a comment coming out as the deal, basically saying that the value that they bring to this merger was not factored in because it's non-existent, and that's crazy.
Wow.
it's crazy and it's sad. So I think obviously stuff's gonna be lost in the sauce. I know for damn well Netflix does not care about games. So
Yeah.
but I would still rather see this IP with them. Um, but yeah, this is a toughie. It's kind of
It's
sad.
it's very sad. It is one of the oldest movie studios in Hollywood, in America, and it's pretty crazy to
I mean,
see Warner Brothers in this position. Yeah.
they're just like we're ready to cash out or
Yeah.
cash in.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, Warner Brothers has been bought by many companies over and
Mhm.
over again, but it's never been absorbed by another like competing entertainment group yet. I think, like we're in late stage capitalism right now. We're in the end game now, as Dr. Strange would say. Like we are in the final 2 a.m. stretch of that long ass Monopoly game you played on Thanksgiving.
Just give me my Wayland Yutani future. Like, just let it happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, I didn't mean to jump the gun on all your news, but I just feel
No.
like that's the one piece of news that has been like haunting me all weekend long. Is it's like, what is happening to the things I love? I just wish Warner Brothers, like, and I wish Warner Brothers, and more specifically the DC universe, could just catch a break. You know what I mean? Like, and I really, really want DC movies.
I mean, so
in theaters.
the part of thing this to remember is Warner Brothers was not up for sale, right? I think that's the key piece of it. I forgot who started it, but someone threw out an offer, and they're like, I guess we're gonna take some offers.
I think Paramount threw out the offer.
Yeah,
I think first,
and then Netflix had the winning bid. For context, Netflix only wants the studio.
I know
piece of this
pie. They don't want the rest of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas Paramount wants it all. I mean, you never say never, but it'd be interesting to see if they try to piece out IP. That'd be an interesting.
Yeah.
Imagine if Disney takes a swing at the DC stuff.
Ugh. Well, I mean, just for some awkwardness, just if Netflix gets this this whole thing, AEW is contracted through Warner Brothers and so you could, and Netflix has a contract with WWE, so you could see a world where AEW and WWE just become.
I feel like that's inevitable, anyways.
I mean, that's called monopoly. Like it's at some point.
Yeah, but wrestling, it's a cycle of wrestling. There's different things and they come together.
It's weird though. It's a little weird. Like it's better for business in general when there are multiple strong 100%. Competitors. Yes. All right, cool. We can move on.
What else? Last bit of DC news. We're getting a Supergirl trailer this week.
Oh, sick!
Posted
for a universe that's gonna fall apart in 2 years.
Yeah, so we get to see the end of that here soon.
Okay.
We talked about it a little bit last week, but Magic the Gathering officially announced their Marvel superheroes line. So all the other heroes, it's kind of funny. Spider-Man gets his own set, and then everyone else gets lumped into one.
That's how Marvel Legends started. Just so you know.
Yeah, know what makes your money. But yes, cards featuring the likes of Fantastic Four, the Century, Captain America, and more will be coming soon to a card shop near you. And then to round out the news, we had 3 new legends also announced at the CCXP in Brazil.
Mm-hmm. As predicted.
We have what they're calling a reissue. It's not a reissue. This is a brand new figure.
No, it's not.
Repainted.
It's not a brand new figure.
This one is. They're calling this one the No Way Home Amazing Spider-Man reissue.
Yeah, it's a reissue because we have already gotten that toy. He came in the 3-pack.
This is not the final swing one.
No, this is Andrew Garfield.
Okay.
It's Andrew Garfield. So you can look. Right. You can see the spider on his chest. It's Andrew Garfield, and we've already got this figure before. That's why he's in the special blue
But the
reissue
colors
box.
are different. He's a little
A
brighter.
little bit, just a little bit different. Yeah, but he's the same figure without the Andrew head. See, anytime they're in that box, that's the special box for people who didn't get something the first time around. Now this is a work of art. Like this.
This is a mold reuse for the legs, right?
It's a mold reuse from the neck down.
But you just get two different heads.
Two different heads. This is the lizard Build-A-Figure from a few years ago. Reissued as a deluxe collector's or a deluxe individual single box release. But that second head right there is
good.
It is amazing. Yeah, it is comic accurate, it is cartoon accurate. It's a lot of things, because like they released an animated series version of the lizard on card I think last year, but he's the smaller body, you know what I mean, like the smaller, like this is the monstrous lizard that I like, that I read in comics like in the 90s and stuff like that. So and I really love the refreshed paint, like I think the brighter green and the brighter purples really pop, and it's a really good, it's a cool figure. That was a no-brainer for me when this one went up for pre-order. I was in. It's too good.
Last but not least,
a
red She-Hulk.
Beautiful. It's on the new She-Hulk body. It is gorgeous. I love it. It's gorgeous. You take my money, please. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. So I pre-ordered those two. I'm not touching that Andrew Garfield. I don't care. I don't care. If they're in that blue box tells me that's not for Dennis. That's for somebody who's jumping into the line. It makes it easy because now I have like a cutoff, right? Like I actually have a cutoff. Like, I know I've been seeing stories about a lot of people are canceling their pre-orders on the Emperor Doom, or sorry, Sorcerer Supreme Doom, whatever it's called.
Emperor Doom, yeah.
Is it Emperor Doom? It's the one with the Doctor Strange cape.
Yeah.
It's literally just the Doctor Doom in a Doctor Strange cape. That's it.
Yeah. The chest is different.
The chest is painted differently, right?
Yes.
I think, yeah. People are kind of bummed about that one. Anyways, yeah. Thank you for recapping. It makes me confident that I didn't miss anything. I always appreciate it. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited that Hasbro likes to take some time off now for the rest of the month, so I don't have to, open up my
they'll
wallet
be back
anymore.
first thing.
They'll be back in late January for sure. It's for sure. But all right, you got anything else? Any other news?
That's it. Nope.
Let's do it.
I had to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, I see.
Infinity War.
Avengers Infinity War.
Avengers Infinity War
2018. 10
Directed by the Russos, starring everyone who's been in an MCU movie.
Pretty much, yeah. Everyone. I don't think Happy's in this one, right?
Yeah.
He's in the next one.
Yes, he's not in this one.
Yeah, he's not.
Neither is Ant-Man.
What's that?
Neither is Ant-Man.
Or MJ.
The now seventh highest grossing movie adjusted for inflation.
Oh, it's 7th now. Okay. By the way, a small piece of news related to it. I heard they're planning to bring Endgame back to theaters next year.
Yes. Endgame will be back in. That was another part of the news I forgot.
Yeah.
I believe it's September. They're going to bring Endgame.
I'm kind of bummed they're not bringing Infinity War back to theaters.
I mean, do you want to watch it in theaters? Have you ever gone to a rescreening of these?
I mean, I saw this movie like 3 times in theaters.
Well, have you ever been to a re-release? Let me ask you that.
Have I been to a re-release?
I've only ever been to one.
I was really close to going for the Transformers movie. Really close. The original.
I saw Saw for its 10th anniversary.
Okay.
That was a good theater one. That first Saw movie's a lot better than I think I remembered.
But yeah, in fairness, no, I haven't. I have gone to see like community events, like where they like play something like at the park or something like that. I've seen movies like that.
They also announced for Star Wars' 50th, they are re-releasing the original version despecialized.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
That's crazy.
I'm super excited, but they've been restoring the film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like it's going to be 4K.
It'll be an IMAX release.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. I want to see that so bad. So I saw all the Star Wars movies when Lucas started remastering them. Does that count?
98?
90s? Yeah, 90s.
Okay.
Yeah,
it counts.
Yeah, I saw those. Yeah. They're poop.
Yes, Infinity or Endgame will be coming back. But
yeah,
let's talk about Infinity War.
Yeah, I'm just saying I think you should release both of them together in like a 2-day event kind of thing or something like that, I think that I like Endgame. I really do. I think it's a super fun fan service moment in time that we'll always have and cherish. It has some of the greatest like theater pops you'll ever get like in our generation.
Mm-hmm.
These two movies are in every way this generation's equivalent of Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
Did we see Endgame together?
Hell yes, we did.
Yes. Did? We saw Infinity War together.
Both. Irvine Spectrum.
We saw Endgame together?
I'm pretty sure we did.
I don't remember us watching Endgame with you.
I honestly, it's hard to remember a lot besides the reactions of the crowd. But also because I like to drink before those events because they were like
I remember we ate and we went to the Spectrum. Shout out the Spectrum, one of the best movie theaters in Southern California.
Yes, for sure. But yeah, I think for Infinity War, I think like I said earlier, like if Endgame is Return of the Jedi, or like at that spectacle of that grand spectacle of like the conclusion of like this epic story, then Infinity War is 100% the Empire Strikes Back, right? It's the part where of the story that ends for the first time on a down note, right? The only difference between this comparison to Star Wars is Star Wars only had one movie before this giant downturn. You know what I mean? Like, so we had 20, or was it 18? How many was it before? It was a lot. It was a lot of movies.
But
superheroes always save the day and beat the bad guy. And it was crazy that we had that many wins before they finally had a loss.
Well, I look at it from like another perspective where that was, and it's crazy to think about it because we haven't really gotten it, I guess, since Endgame. But like that's for me, that's like when the MCU came together, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it is
Avengers 1 is the first time we were like where we saw the potential.
Yeah, like, but it's Avengers 1 is things considered like very grounded compared to like Infinity War. Like they're just like Infinity War is like they're not even phased by aliens at this point. They're like, fuck it,
New York's like, damn it, it's happening again.
Like New York's, they're like, you know what? Let's just go to Wakanda.
I think go to
Wakanda, side quest to Wakanda. They're in shit, doing space shit.
Can we do a tally? Is this the 5th or 4th time that aliens have interfered with Earth by this point? Do we count Thor? Yeah, we count Thor.
Yeah, you count Thor.
Okay, so it's like 6th time. Both Thor movies, both Thor, right? The elves came in the second one.
4.
Guardians 2 had Ego taking over the Dairy Queen. Avengers. Is that it?
I'm trying to think in phase 2.
We're not even counting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
What do you have? What's in phase 2? Yeah, 5.
That's a lot. It's a lot of times for the Earth to be invaded by aliens or affected by aliens. It's pretty crazy. So like we have to accept that their world is just different from ours at this point. But we still love it because it's still, we grew up with these characters kind of at this point,
Mhm.
like what's happening. And so I think there's a lot of good storytelling happening with Iron Man in this movie, because it is everything that he feared, and all the paranoia that he had in Iron Man 3, all the anxiety, all the PTSD, right? It's all valid. It's validated
Mhm.
by the beginning of this movie when Thanos sends his um
The
what do
Black
you call it?
Order.
The Black Order. Thank you. I was trying to think of the last word. The Black Order is sent down to Earth to come get some Infinity Stones and stuff. Blah blah blah. It's a MacGuffin hunt through the whole movie, but they find a way to do a MacGuffin movie where there's actual stakes and you actually care about the character interactions that are happening. And I think that's what makes this movie so special. Is yes, there's a lot of fan moments that where you're
Mhm.
getting excited, like one by one at the beginning of that movie, like when Doctor Strange and Iron Man meet, you're like, oh my god, Iron Man
Well,
just met Doctor Strange.
it's a MacGuffin hunt in the extent where each individual MacGuffin has a whole movie or movies worth of lore
For reals.
behind it. Like it's like it's almost like the best part of like the Lord of the Rings movies in that sense. Or like
Yeah.
there's certain things in those movies where like if you look at it and it's like, oh that shit, that's a thing from the book that they might not even talk about, but it's there. It's kind of the same aspect, but that history is there with
Yeah.
each stone, with each character, each location. So where it's like you put all these ingredients into a cake or a meal, and you're watching it like cook in real time, and like you're excited because everything's just working together. Like it's all piece by piece fits perfectly.
Yeah. I'm just for fun, just because like
Mhm.
there's a lot to talk about this movie. So I don't want to I want to give you time to Hollywood out on the nerdiness. But I think from a fan perspective, just like from a just having fun perspective, who's your MVP in this movie besides Thanos? Because even the Russos have gone on record, right? Infinity War is Thanos's movie, right? And Endgame is the Avengers movie,
Mhm.
right? Like that's kind of like, even though it's framed as still like we're following the heroes, like he's kind of the protagonist of this movie, like in a lot of ways. Like it's his story that is being told, and then at the end he gets his happy ending, right? So like Thanos aside, which by the way, Josh Brolin still phenomenal to watch after all these years. Like as much as I don't like Avatar, I do think that CG character just killed his performance. He's up there with Gollum for sure.
Yeah.
Um, Aside from him, who's your MVP in this movie?
I don't want to say Tony because I do hate the suit in this movie. I hate the suit so
It's a little
goddamn
too
much.
CG, right? It's a little
Yeah.
CG.
Um.
Same with the
Oh, the easy Doctor
Veronica.
Strange. It's Doctor Strange. In terms of like whose stock went up the most,
Yeah,
no question.
100% agree. Like I geeked out so hard on the Doctor Strange we got in this movie versus what we got in his own movie. And the implication is that he's been doing it for a few years, right? So he's
Mhm.
become one of the most powerful people, and he really does feel like the grown up in the room, like whenever the conversations are happening, right? Like everybody else is bickering, right? Tony's bickering with Spider-Man, he's bickering with the Guardians, which is great. Those are great fun moments to have. Like he's bickering with the Hulk, or Banner, whatever. But yeah, Doctor Strange really feels like he's the one person that understands the true stakes of everything going on, and he handles it with a lot of decorum, and he like there's that awkward part where like, hey, okay, just to be clear, if it comes down to the time stone, you or the kid, I'm letting either of you die. And it's like, great, good moral compass there, but like he understands what's at stake.
Very big picture.
Yeah, that's Doctor Strange's thing, is he's always very big picture. And so I just thought they did a really good job of not just telling you that, but showing you. Like that moment when he's doing the weird freak out in the corner, like where a billion different heads are looking around, and because he's looking at the 14 million different possibilities of how this could play out. It makes me geek out even more to know that Benedict Cumberbatch had it in his contract that he's the only actor in that whole 2 movies that knew the plot of the entire 2 movies. He knew how the second movie ended, and he wasn't allowed to tell anybody else. But I think it helps really inform his character, because he has to believe that he understands what the outcome has to be. You know what I mean? And that's why he makes all the decisions he makes in this movie with the conviction that he does.
Yeah, I mean, I think the underlying plot of that movie is like when he looks into the future, he's almost like, rightfully so, he's a different character after that moment.
He's burdened. Yeah.
He's burdened with that knowledge, but he also he has more respect for Iron Man, the Guardians, and for what they're doing, even though they're, some of the stuff they're doing is kind of played for like a farce. That those things need to happen in order for Endgame to happen, basically. And he like very totally. He changes. He's very different.
Yeah.
He's more somber when talking with the others, as opposed to being kind of more like standoffish in the beginning.
Yeah. I think if I had a second MVP, it would be Captain America, because he's just consistent all the time. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what he looks like. It doesn't matter if he's got a beard, shield, no shield. I believe Chris Evans is Captain America, and I believe that Captain America stands for what is right all the time, and I think it was such it's such an awesome moment when he comes back in this movie, but then every scene he's in after that, it's just always like, nah, this is what we're doing because it's the right thing to do. Like I want to be like, guys, honestly, you should probably just kill Vision, because like that would save you guys so much trouble. But he doesn't
even Vision was
believe that.
like, yeah, kill me.
Yeah, exactly. But it's comic books, movies, and stuff like that. So we're gonna do this whole crazy thing that the third act ends up in Wakanda with Shuri trying to like save Vision from, like, so that they can safely extract the Mind Stone. And I it's all convoluted, but I think it's not convoluted in the worst way. I think they do a good job of explaining it and rewarding you for watching all the movies before, right? Because if you watch Black Panther only a couple months before this one came out, you are down. You are down as soon as they get to Wakanda. You're like, this is cool.
Yeah, I mean, then they start doing all the crazy shit in Wakanda with the shields and stuff, and you're just like, all right.
And M'Baku's there, and he's doing,
I buy it.
Yeah. But all right, like I know ball, so let's hear your most fun Hollywood behind the scenes kind of stuff that you got to share with this one. What do you want? What do you want to talk about?
I don't think it's talked about enough about how great of a feat this movie and Endgame, because they did film somewhat concurrently, are to get that much talent into one place at one time. How it sounds without sounding. I'm at a point in my career right now where it's been reminded to me sometimes when we call meetings on how expensive a meeting is, right? And to think about that number on that scale is insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
And moving forward, for better for worse, we're getting Doomsday, right? There's a lot of issues and unexpected events that happen that are leading us to the movie next year. But it's often like asked, like, oh, why go back to the Russos? Because they're the only people who've done this successfully twice.
Pulled this off at this scale.
You know,
at this scale.
At the
Like,
scale.
Joss Whedon pulled it off, and he
Mhm.
I will forever put Joss Whedon on the Mount Rushmore of the MCU for the behind the scenes people, right? Like, he made the impossible happen. Like, he really did. But he's also problematic, and so after two movies, one is not necessarily as successful. They had to go with the guys that did Civil War and Winter
And
Soldier, right?
you pay them with the blank check because you know the return on investment.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's almost similar as to like James Cameron with the Avatar movies. Like, shit, we're going on over 10 years with those movies, and we're just getting.
But he pays himself.
To the third one. You pay, but you know what I mean. Like, he has the pedigree of like how many of the top 10.
Oh, for sure. He knows how to make the bangers in Hollywood, for sure.
And you know, with Avatar, there's years and years of planning and technology that they just had to develop to even get those movies. Like, that man went to the Titanic and underwater for like 10 years just as a side quest. So when those movies come out, it's a spectacle for that reason. And I think the Russos are now up there for whether the product on screen is like the most, like, I don't say culturally impactful, but that's not debating it too.
Yeah, I think you probably want to say cinematic, but like, I think the definition of that word is changing, right? Like, it's like, cinematic means something different than it used to because of these movies, right? Like, it's like Martin Scorsese would argue that these are not cinematic works, like they are popcorn movies, like, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah, like they're delivering.
You have
a
to
quality...
respect them for the Marvel like the sheer, almost as if like launching a rocket, right? A lot of shit has to go right for that thing to go up in the air.
Yeah, for sure.
And then subsequently come back.
And also, there's the restraint on who not to use, right? Like, because they had everybody. They could have had everybody. But they said, what's even better is if we keep a few of them on hold, and so that the next one has everybody, like everybody. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And also, like, I think the balls to kill a bunch of them at the end of this movie is like, it's huge, because like, from a monetary standpoint, just alone, like, not even thinking about just the movie itself, but thinking about the meta. We just got done watching Black Panther last week, which made like $1 billion. Like, that movie came out only like a couple months before this one, right? Before that, we watched Ragnarok and Spider-Man, which also did gangbusters, both of those. But we got Spider-Man and Black Panther introduced to us, like, in their own movies. Granted, they got introduced in Civil War before that, you know what I mean? Both of them. And both of their movies did so freaking well that, like, I don't think a lot of people saw it coming that they would both die in this movie. You know what I mean? And I did. Do you remember how much I wanted Spider-Man to die before we saw this movie? I needed it. And I needed it because, like, I wanted everyone else to know what it feels like, because I've seen it happen in the comics, and it hurt. It hurt every time, like, it always hurts. Because I let myself be immersed in the story. I understand it's all playthings, guys. We're not here pretending that this is real. Like, I understand. But I do let myself immerse in the story, and I do think that Spider-Man is such an important character culturally that, like, it would break people to see him die. What I didn't know going into this movie is how important culturally Black Panther would become in the short few months leading into this movie. So that was a crazy 1-2 punch to watch them die. It's pretty cool. But I think that impact only helps the audience pops that we have, later when we get to the next one. But yeah, no, I just really dug that. So a weird fun trivia piece I was reading earlier is like Josh Brolin, because like they actually filmed this movie 2 weeks after Black Panther wrapped. So that's why like the Black Panther parts of this movie feel so freaking consistent with the movie before it, because they just had all the sets ready to go. All the actors were probably still dressed. They're like, oh, we don't need to change clothes for like 2 weeks. Like, no, but in reality, like all those actors didn't lose their timing. They didn't lose their accents. They didn't lose any of it, right? Because they went on like a tiny little spring break pretty much, and then got right to work again doing the same thing. So like I noticed that when I watched that movie is like the Wakanda stuff feels so incredibly consistent with everything that we just watched last week, minus the bad CG. Yeah, I think the CG is great for them in this movie. Not Bruce Banner in that.
It's an interesting take because we'll talk about it next week when we talk about Endgame. Or
no,
2 weeks when we talk about Endgame.
3 weeks.
3 weeks when we talk about Endgame. Because Captain Marvel's the inverse, right? Jeez. They filmed Endgame before Captain Marvel.
Yeah. But that's why the Black Panther stuff feels so good, right? Because like they already lived in those characters. They went on an entire journey with those characters as actors before they filmed this. They were ready to go. They all brought it. Like I feel like that entire cast of Black Panther actors just came ready to like play with everybody else in a really cool way. Spider-Man, he had to leave his supporting cast behind. Like pretty much everybody had to leave their supporting cast behind except Black Panther, right? He got Ned. All of them.
Ned's in there for a second.
For like a second, dude. But like seriously though, like Black Panther got his entire supporting cast minus Mom, right? Like,
yeah,
I think they're all in it, and it's really cool. Well, Everett's not in it, but whatever. Screw that guy, Everett Ross. Yeah. But yeah, I think it was a really cool thing to see them take this massive gamble with like, I mean, it's not a massive gamble, right? Like we already did Age of Ultron. It's still even if you don't like it, people like the idea of it, right? Like they like going to see the movie with everybody in it, right?
Well, yeah, and it is, every Avengers movie teed up, right? Are all the toys going to be in this one? And I think to date they have delivered on each of those promises.
Yeah.
Which the cast list for Doomsday has already been announced, or a cast list has been announced.
Yeah.
And it's not everybody. So it'll be interesting to see, like, is that just a ruse, or is it really just these people? Mm-hmm. At what point does the bubble like burst? Right? They're the tipping point.
They lying for sure. So I just want to talk really quickly about not the whole Black Order, but like a really unsung hero of this movie, Ebony Maw. I really love that villain because like that guy came out of nowhere and he really established himself as like the right hand man of Thanos that we never knew about. Like he is like the top tier. Like this guy's got like telekinesis on lock. He's just like he doesn't even care about Doctor Strange. It was
like the first time we saw someone else do magic, right? Like it was, and
it's magic, he's doing something on a high level. But I thought his speeches were really cool, and like they really sold this whole like thing that like yes, Thanos has been just to be clear, Thanos has been doing this game for a long time. He likes to go to planets and say like, yo, overpopulation is shitty. We got to do something about it. Line them up. One, half of the population on the left-hand side, the other half on the right. Kill one of them. Kills one side. He likes doing that. It's just the reason he wants these stones is because it's going to be so much more efficient. So then he can rest. He can just be a farmer, right? That's all Thanos wants to do, is just live on a farm. I can't fault him for that. But Ebony Maw is like totally all in on this, right? He has drank the Kool-Aid. He is completely in. He's saying, oh my God, consider yourselves so fortunate to be blessed by Thanos visiting your home. And so he's just so all in and so committed to the job. And I think he does a great job of being the mini boss of this movie, right? Like, because I would say the other ones, like, they don't really have a lot of character, right? Like they're more like henchmen. Yeah, they're henchmen, they're more fodder. But like Ebony Maw he's like the first movie of this story, of this, like, this, and Infinity War is like 5 movies, right? It's like at least 4 movies. I would say he's like the first movie, and Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and Iron Man help defeat this guy. But I think one of the coolest parts, just because of like hindsight, is really cool. When he captures Doctor Strange and he's getting ready to torture him on his ship, I thought it was really cool and really meta that he explains that the device he's using to torture Doctor Strange is he originally purposed for microsurgery. And I thought that's funny because it's like, he's using it on someone who famously has done all kinds of microsurgery. Like, that's literally his profession. The other thing that makes it funny is like he's going to torture Doctor Strange, but without knowing that Doctor Strange has probably lived an infinite amount of tortures in his life just at the end of the first movie. Do you remember? Like,
well, on the flip side, yeah. I mean, he also knows that the spell that Doctor Strange has is unbreakable, right? Like he's also smart enough to recognize that, like, they're at kind of like a stalemate,
Yeah. But I just think he's such a cool character. I was really happy to meet a new villain that we never got to meet before. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he was fun. The rest of them, Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive. I forget what they call. They don't call him Black. They don't call him Black Dwarf in the movie. They call him
Corvus, or he's
no, the big guy.
Oh,
they call him the other name for the Black Order in the comics. I can't remember what his name is. Yes, but he's Black Dwarf in the comics. Anyways, they're all fine. They do the job. Like they're giant CG aliens.
You got the Outriders.
The Outriders, yeah. Rocket calls them space dogs. It's funny. It's all good. There's lots of quips, lots of fun to be had. Bucky comes back. Thor teams up with Groot and Rocket. Star-Lord.
That's probably the weakest part of the movie is their side quest.
I think it's weak for Thor. I don't think it's weak for Rocket. I think it's good. I think it's good character development for Rocket to avoid Thanos, right? Like, he has strong survival instincts. He really does. That raccoon wants to live all the time. But I would agree with you, and I think that Peter Dinklage's cameo in this movie is pretty terrible. Like, it's kind of dumb, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know what he was trying to do with that character, but it comes off sounding dumb. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But aside from that, like, I think the only thing I'd want to like highlight is, like, after all these years, how you feel about Star-Lord in this movie. Like, a lot of people were really, really angry with Star-Lord at the end of this.
Well, it's hindsight's 2020, right? That needed to happen.
It needed to happen, but I also think it's perfectly in character with him. He's a man-child, right? Like, he never really grew up. Like,
I mean, this is probably I think Star-Lord is good in this movie. It's probably my least. I think Drax is at an all-time low. I hate Drax in the movie so much.
Okay.
I hate the comical character that he becomes. Overly comical. But I think it's in line with Star. Like I don't see no issue with like
Yeah.
what he was doing.
Yeah. And Gamora dying was, I think I wasn't necessarily sad for her dying in this movie. I was more sad for like, what does this do for Guardians 3? Do you know what I mean? Like that's like because I do believe like I gotta be real. Like a lot of the deaths that happened in this movie, I knew were gonna get canceled out.
Mm-hmm.
But the one death that I was pretty certain was technically not going to get canceled out was hers.
Well,
And
you
it
forget
doesn't,
the
right?
Guardians 3 was if I'm not mistaken supposed to come out. When did he get canceled? It
You're right.
was it was supposed to come out like
Like
2020, so like
after
right
Endgame.
immediately
After
right
Endgame.
after, and
Yeah.
then he switched up to do Suicide Squad. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he already had like an inkling of what direction they were going with, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I just feel like I wanted to see the story of Peter and Gamora play out, and it was heartbreaking to find out that we don't get to have that story. And it's the Gamora that we get is a different person. She's just a different person, and you have to accept that, the same way we have to accept like it's the different Thanos that comes into the next movie too, like it's
Mm-hmm.
like it makes it all weird. Like things get muddled in the next movie. Like a lot of stories that were being plot threads that were being set up. We all had our theories for the rest of that year about how they'd play out, right?
You
And
know, yeah.
what were you gonna say?
So what's interesting is probably Peter's story is probably the one I'm most curious to see like moving forward. It probably has like the
Peter
biggest
Quill?
blank.
Peter Quill?
Yeah, Star-Lord's story.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, yeah. I feel like I don't care anymore about what happens to him. But I think that's the meta of it because I just don't think I want Chris Pratt to be in things as much anymore. I think, you know what I mean? I can't help that. I can't help that. Sometimes it happens.
Don't
Yeah.
don't look up some Kelsey Grammer quotes.
Oh, I have seen those. Those are freaking rough, man. He's beast, huh? That sucks. That is rough. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just curious before we go, like, have you ever read the Infinity War comic?
I have read Infinity.
Oh, that's a very different thing.
Yes.
So Avengers Infinity War was based really off of the Avengers Infinity Gauntlet comic book. And there was that comic was so big in the 90s that it got a follow-up that was Avengers Infinity War. Not quite the same. The Infinity Gauntlet story, honestly, the movie did it better. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm curious in the comments if anybody has any hot or any opinions on my hot take, but that comic kind of sucks compared to what we got. Because I know a lot of people they were upset that Adam Warlock's not in Infinity War. They're upset that Silver Surfer is not part of the Infinity War story. They're upset that Nebula doesn't defeat Thanos at the end of the story like she does in the comic. But like honestly, like Mephisto's not in the story either. He's a big part of the comic. It's just a different thing, and like I think the whole point of us doing these shows, like where we go back and revisit all the old ones that we missed before we started doing the podcast, is I think the big takeaway has been like they became their own thing in 2008 with Iron Man. Like, and they've always been their own thing. And I think that's okay. It's okay because if it was exactly a carbon copy of the comics, it wouldn't be as fun, right? It just wouldn't be as fun. And honestly, sometimes it'd be kind of stupid and problematic. So I'm fine with where this is. But for me, this movie just delivered so much surprise and so much so many children crying at the end of this movie. There was a lot of crying in that theater when the credits rolled. I remember that, and I was drinking all those tears because I just really like it. It's not that I'm like super evil, like in that, I want to see people suffer. It's that like the reason I love comic books so much is because the soap opera is delicious. Like it's like you have the highs, you have the lows. And I felt like I said earlier, is that with all these superhero movies, and in fairness, it's a lot of the reason people don't like superhero movies is because you know how they're going to end when you go into them, right? And I think that's why this movie was so cool and has never been topped, is because a lot of people didn't know how this movie was going to end. You know what I mean? Like, and it hurt a lot of people's feelings in a really cool way. But it's all in service to the next one, right?
Mhm.
Like the next one is I will never say the next one is not one of the most satisfying fan moments that's ever happened in film, because it is, like, it just is, like, but it's because of this movie. Yeah.
It'll be interesting for Doomsday to see, like, the big what if in that movie is Doom, right?
I'm afraid that they're going to try and repeat the same cadence, right? Is Doomsday going to end on a low note? You know what I mean? Is that fun if it does it again?
Is it fun? We know there's a Secret Wars out there too.
Right.
It's a whole other can of worms. It'll
Or can it find a way to end differently than Infinity War, where it's still satisfying and Doom still gets to create a secret?
there's a lot of variables, right? So, like that
Right.
variable alone, right?
Yeah.
Will it end? It's a new villain. How are they going to choose them? And
Yeah.
then you throw in, by the way, RDJ's Doom, which has other implications, right? On okay, are they gonna? Is it the same? Is it a Tony thing? Is it just a character thing? Like
It's a variant.
the variants. You go back into the Hollywoodness of all. Like you don't pay people that much money and not show their face. But then again, if anyone can convince RDJ not to do that, are the Russos.
Yeah, I don't think they can.
It's interesting.
Yeah. But well, I had fun talking about Infinity War. I think I did enjoy this ride. It's a really long movie. I do think that now that we're so close to like revisit, like having recapped all the old movies that we never did, it ranks a little lower than it used to for me. Like just because like I think part of the magic of this movie is all the surprise, right, that happens in it. The plot itself is just like, this is the plot that needs to happen so that everything else can happen, right? Like you even said that, right? You're okay with Star-Lord doing what he does because he has to, so that everything else happens the way. And I don't think that's a good reason necessarily to enjoy choices of storytelling, right? I prefer like the Winter Soldier, which is just a cohesive story, or the Black Panther, which is just a solid story from beginning to end. Like this movie intentionally gives you a cliffhanger that you need satisfied. You need, like, people were pretty low after this movie for a while but they were also hyped at the same time because they needed the wrongs righted, right? Like after this is over, they needed to know how are the Avengers going to fix this, because I can't have, and it's kind of given away, right, that Sony was holding their breath as long as they could, but eventually they had to announce, so we're doing another Spider-Man movie, like they needed, so that was already kind of spoiled, right? Like, is because they couldn't wait any longer to promote the next Spider-Man movie that was already being filmed and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. But yeah. We can talk more about the meta of it all once we get to Endgame. But unfortunately, we got to bite the bullet next week and watch Avengers. Or I mean, sorry, Ant-Man and the Wasp. It is what it is, guys. Like, you're welcome to go watch it and talk about it with us. I'm not excited.
Yes.
It's not great, right? It's not
Highs
great.
of highs and lows of lows. But tune in next week, ladies and gentlemen, as we wrap up this week with that. True believers,